Hey guys, welcome to this YouTube exclusive. We're going to be talking about a topic that I'm going to be honest, I don't know a great deal about, but I'm excited to find out a little bit more about it. So I'm going to just straight away throw over to Tommy on this one. So Tommy,
Heck
what
yeah.
what are we talking about?
All right, a name that I'm sure everyone listening to this knows, Michael Mansury, who
Legend.
is the legend. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, actually, he's been with the company since I think like 2006 and became a bigger part in 2009. And he was the vice president of TV production, one of the many people that are working behind the stage. And while their names might not be as well known as John Cena, Randy Orton, or Roman Reigns, they're just as integral to the product. He was supposed to be the person who would one day take over Kevin Dunn's job, which
Oh,
is,
okay.
I think it's like one of the main producers.
Yeah, he's
And
big time player, Kevin Dunn. Big time.
yeah,
He actually produces the shows, so he works in the production truck and kind of basically is responsible for what you see on TV. He does all the camera shots and all the video packages, and he pulls it all together. So yeah, massive guy in the company. One of the I don't want to say he's a director, but we are talking like that kind of level. So.
yeah, that's why I was like, producer. I don't
Mm.
direct. Yeah, I don't want to say direct, but he is basically like the number two beneath Vince, in my opinion. And to have his number two peace out months after George Barrios and Michelle Wilson were kicked out. I don't know, Days, man. This is looking a little.
You worried?
Yeah, I'm very worried.
So what was he? I've not seen much on this story. I don't know if he was released or if he walked away. Was
Yeah,
he
I couldn't get those details either
okay?
from my quick cursatory research.
But it is another big player behind the scenes that's
Yeah,
leaving. That's leaved.
yeah,
It's another big player that's
indeed.
leaved, guys.
Yeah,
Everyone's leaved.
yeah.
Well, look. I mean, I think there's a few things going on here. I think that they need to they've just posted some very good numbers, like 60% up on revenue for the first 3 months of 2020. So some absolutely incredible numbers, but that only includes January, February, March, and everything we're going down with lockdown and the disruption and everything we've been through. That obviously only really started to sneak in at the end of March. So what they've announced so far about, hey, how great is this year, doesn't really take into effect what we're going through and what we've been through. That's going to be the next
Yeah.
announcement. That next announcement, it's got to be rough. It's going to be rough for
Mhm.
pretty much, unless you make masks, it's going to be rough for absolutely everyone. So
Yeah.
I think they're doing a lot of. I mean, we've seen, as you said, a couple of directors have gone. We've seen some talent being released, and I've seen a lot of people saying, "How can they release people at this time?" Because they're literally raking it in. Well, yes and no. They are raking it in, and yes, they do have some money in reserve. But I think the next update is going to be moody. And I think in order to give confidence back to the shareholders, they need to say, look, we're down X%, but as a result, we're now going to be saving X amount of dollars. So I think it's something along those lines. I think it's just to please the shareholders. I'm not so sure that it's desperate. We need to lighten the load. They've got money. They're not short for money.
So would you say it's short-term gains but
Yes.
long-term losses?
Yes. I think that's a really good way of putting it. I think that
I agree.
they are slimming down in the short term. Yes, just to keep the shareholder confidence. Because
Hmm.
the funny thing when it comes to these kind of businesses is that you're only worth what your share price is. Do you know what I mean? Like they say
Yeah.
that the WWE is, $1 billion company. Well, you could wake up tomorrow and it could be worth next to nothing. If the share price
Hmm.
absolutely crashes, then what's it worth? I mean,
Yeah.
its value is, it's all in those share prices, and so that share price is so important. They cannot afford, they simply cannot afford for shareholders to lose confidence. So anything they can do. I'm sure that Linda's been making them all cakes. I would imagine she's been cooking up a storm at home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whilst Vince is in gorilla position, Linda's baking some banana bread. I think that's what everyone's doing at the moment. Maybe in the shape of Tiger King, I don't know. But so she's been mixing that up, and she'll have them ready for all the shareholders. But yeah, my personal take is it's nothing more than that. This does lead just slightly to another topic. Have you seen what they've been doing with Drake Maverick? And I really am I'm gonna fight my own anger here. I'm gonna bite my
Yeah,
tongue.
didn't they let him go and then like made an angle of him being let go?
It's one of I can't even talk. I can't even get the words out as to how angry this makes me.
Yeah.
It is there is no one wins in this situation. No one wins. They let go of a load of superstars. Drake Maverick was let go as well, and he cut this really emotional Twitter video. Really upset. He was crying his eyes out. It touched all of the fans, and all of the fans straight away demanding that he is brought back. Look at his passion. Look at what it means to him. It's not a job. It's a dream for him. And he had a few more matches left with NXT, and they actually showed that Twitter thing on NXT. And it had, like, when he was talking, they added this emotional music. Byron Saxton on commentary was like, he's still got to work hard. There's still a chance that he can find a way, but they turned it into this storyline. And I don't know what the truth is. I mean, right now, I don't know if he was ever let go in the first place. I don't even know if that emotional video is real or not. I don't know if the whole thing was just fake to get him over. And do you know what I mean? It just doesn't sit right
Yeah.
at all. Because the alternative
Yeah.
is they have let him go, and now they're exploiting him in a way,
Yeah.
and all of that, and that doesn't feel right either. I mean,
They're exploiting someone. They're either exploiting him or they're exploiting the other people that they fired to make a
yeah.
storyline about firing people.
I
It's
hate it. I
gross.
I really hate it. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in wrestling. And I know that a lot of people watching this might be like, "Oh, you're being a bit OTT with that statement. What about Katie Vick?" Well, yes, that was also one of the worst things I ever saw in wrestling. When it comes to WWE, believe me, there's a long list, but this is on it. Just the timing, and if you want to do this story, if this is a story of someone getting released and now having to work to get their job back, we've seen that in wrestling before. That's just okay.
All
We
the
can we
time.
can we can do it. Just not when there's a worldwide pandemic, when there's more people than ever are losing their jobs at the moment,
Mhm.
and at the exact same time you let go of around about 29 other wrestlers for real. They may have let Drake Maverick go for real. I honestly don't know, but and then they might have seen that video and brought him back, and then they might have thought, well, let's turn this into a storyline. But I just think even if that's the case, it's still really distasteful. I really wanted him to get re-signed, and I even made a Drake shirt. I just got a plain t-shirt, wrote Drake across it. I was saying to people, I was like, look, we should make little signs and all this kind of stuff, because as soon as I saw that video, I was like, man, this guy gets it. This guy, he should be kept. I mean, look at that passion. Where do you find people
Right.
like that?
He's
Um,
great, and he's another one that it's like I saw him on TNA. It was incredible. He was one of the best talkers, performers, and WWE brought him in and haven't really used him to his full potential, which is the case with so many people. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm with you there, and he has a lot more that the world can see, and it's just a shame that this is what he's been dragged into.
But this storyline completely turned me off. I don't talk about him now. I don't wear that shirt now. Is at the time of recording this, he's gonna have one more match. Now I don't know if he's going to be kept on after that match or if he is actually going to go. And if he goes, I do want to be crystal clear. I really do feel for him. I've just said that of what, I saw that video. It touched me. I made a Drake Maverick shirt and everything. This isn't really anything to do with him. WWE's presentation of the situation, trying to turn it into a storyline, just made me go, nah, I'm out. No,
yeah. So you need a Rockstar Spud shirt then.
Yeah, maybe I do. If he does go to the Indies, I'll fully support him. Because I mean, if he goes to the Indies now after what do you know? There's even a video. I knew I'd get upset, right? There's even a video, right, where Jake Atlas, after NXT is finished, goes up to Drake Maverick, grabs him, spins him round, cuts this passionate promo. People like you and me, we belong here. We deserve to be here. And he cuts this really passionate promo about how great Drake is and how Drake's got to keep fighting and all of this kind of stuff. And it was like this YouTube exclusive little clip. And there was no payoff to it. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, it was just horrible. It's they're exploiting it. They have absolutely exploited it. So yeah, I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan. But there's one more thing actually that I could just quickly talk to you about, and I could have dropped this in a separate video, but it's still kind of connected because it's about people leaving. Maybe people that we dreamed of having figures of. Maybe people that we've seen compete on the Indies.
Yeah.
Maybe people that we love.
Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins.
No.
Yeah. No, Drew Gulak. To keep it succinct, I think that WWE, they really botched it because he's an incredible wrestler. He's a really super nice guy. And I saw footage of him training Sasha for her match with Ronda, and he's a great trainer. He's from the Chikara school, so you know that he's well taught. And
that was a Pokemon, though, wasn't it?
What, Chikara?
I believe it was.
I don't know.
I think that's when you level up a Pikachu. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible. It's the type of thing where it's like, I don't know, man. You snooze, you lose, WWE, but he's a great talent.
As soon as I heard that news, I thought about you straight away. I mean, just to fill anyone in, we do a podcast every week, and this, as you said, it's just a YouTube exclusive clip. You won't see this in any of the episodes. It's just for YouTube. But on one of the episodes that we did on wrestling figures, Tommy actually said that one of his favorites was Drew Gulak because he'd been to see him perform, on the indie scene, and now you can go into a Walmart or a Target and actually pick up a Drew Gulak figure. And that really resonated with me. That did, because that's exactly... I get asked all the time, like, how many figures have you got? That's a question that people love to ask. How many figures have you got? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm as happy now with a few hundred Mattel figures compared to when I had about 5 or 10. Because it's about the figures that mean the most to you. It's about having your favorite superstars. And so that's why Tommy's Drew Gulak story resonated with me. So when I saw that news that he'd gone, I thought about you straight away. Did you hear that what had actually happened?
Yeah, how they were still paying him on his 205 Live, and he wanted to be paid like a regular superstar, which I think is valid because he's a regular. He was on WrestleMania, and they said no, and then took away his offer, and he was like, okay,
bye.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I think it was fair for him to ask that, because before I suppose in a way it is a little bit rock and hard place, because you've got literally all the superstars were getting pay rises, and he just wants what his due, really. You know, he's still getting paid what he was getting on 205 Live, so now he's on the main roster. He does deserve a pay rise. But not only that, not that long ago, everyone was getting pay rises because WWE was locking everyone down and fending off AEW. So he's come to negotiate his contract, and of course, we're in this worldwide pandemic. They've just had to let people go. The situation has changed, but he wants what he's due, really. And I can see it from his point of view. I can also see it wouldn't have been a great look for WWE to increase his contract, having let go of so many people, but it would have been the fair thing to do. I don't think anyone would have begrudged it him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have begrudged it him. I think that it would have just brought him in line with everyone else. So, yeah, there's some real interesting stuff going on at WWE behind closed doors at the moment. There's a lot going on at a lot of companies, isn't there, at the moment? So, if you're watching this, hope you are all safe and well. I hope that everything's going well in your lives, because I know it is rough for people out there. It is rough for people out there at the moment. So, yeah, as I said, I hope everyone is well, and hopefully, fingers crossed, soon enough, we will be out of this mess that the world is in. Nice. So that would be nice. You're absolutely right. That would be nice. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you again next time. Bye for now.